All right, we are going to talk about Sadie. So, if you've already watched the stable versus adjustable traits, you'll understand that some are just innate to the dog in terms of energy level, prey drive, versus things that we can be working on. So, confidence level, sound and sight sensitivity, right? So, assertiveness. Actually, we're going to start with confidence. So, what you notice is when I place Sadie into the testing area, what I'm watching for is her tail down? How does she take to a new situation? Is she nervous to be there, or is it her tail held high? Is she happy to try new things, check it all out? And a new surrounding and new obstacles really don't throw her for a loop. So, which I scored her for a high. Throughout the testing, she was super confident. She definitely believed in herself. She was up to try anything. So yeah, I think just continuing to build that confidence, you're gonna have a very confident dog. Which a confident dog is a dog that you can take anywhere. So that's a great trait to have. Assertiveness. So the next thing you notice is I crawl into the testing area and then I sit down and I wait to see how she approaches me. Does she kind of creep over? Does she not even notice me? Or does she kind of dive into my lap and offer me kisses? Which is the latter. I was not surprised that Sadie has high human assertiveness. It's a very endearing trait. Alternatively, when we've got young kids, boundaries are going to be your friend. So right from day one, if we don't want a dog that's jumping and we want a dog that has respectful boundaries with the kids, we need to make sure that everybody's on board. We're only giving her attention when she is sitting to say please. So that becomes second nature. Start right from day one. Don't wait for 5 months down the road when suddenly you have a dog that's invading your space. I'm telling you right now, she's dying to invade your space, can be very endearing, but it starts at home with you. So polite boundaries, sit to say please. That's what gets us attention. We call it 4 on the floor. So when she's got a nice sitting bum, offer that attention. Alternatively, she's also very human focused. So what I notice is when I'm at the edge of the pen, she's there to greet me for sure. She's also calling for me. She's whining at the edge of the pen, and I make sure every single time that she is sitting quietly before I pick her up. And so I'm going to encourage her family to continue to do that at home. Set those boundaries. The crate is going to be your friend, so that she knows how to self-soothe. She knows that she's safe and she's good on her own, and she's going to be fantastic. So motivation level, workability, how easily will they want to train? So for example, a dog that's low workability, we've got one in the house. She really doesn't want to do much unless you have food. Training's not high on her list, but she will if you ask her. Alternatively, a high workability. Those dogs really enjoy training sessions. That one startled me. Workability. Yeah, so I gave her a medium. I do think she's going to enjoy a good training session, but then she's also going to know how to mellow out. I think she's going to enjoy walks. I think she's going to enjoy a variety of games, brain games. That's going to be right up her alley. Nerve strength and resiliency. So the ability to handle stress and manage her reaction in situations. We're not looking for a dog that doesn't get stressed. We're looking to see how they react to that and how they manage it. So I gave her a medium. The only thing that I noticed for signs of stress for her, she was super confident. Panting can be a sign of stress. And so this is something that we can be building into a dog as well. So honestly, it's a new situation. It's very common. And there was a few of them that I just noticed a little bit of panting here and there. So panting, yawning, whining, those are all signs of stress. And so yeah, otherwise she took to the rest. She took to all the obstacles. There really wasn't anything that threw her off course. So that was the only thing that I had noticed, that she maybe realized she was in a new situation and that she was kind of on her own, was just that panting. So that's why I gave her a medium. And we can always be improving that. So I would encourage your family to keep that up. And the way you do that is by offering new situations, but we're not pushing her past her breaking point. So for example, if you're doing field trips to a store, we don't want to stockpile stress. So that means once we've done kind of a bigger field trip, give her 2 or 3 days to recover before we go again. Unless it was like no signs of stress. But very commonly, I would expect most dogs, and especially puppies, needing 2 days to recover from a bigger field trip like that, that's very common. But if we do a field trip in the morning and we do a field trip in the afternoon and they're still kind of decompressing from that stress, and we came home to a busy household and then we went again tomorrow, that is stockpiling stress. So we don't want to be doing that. We want to kind of space it out. Give them a chance. Touch tolerance. So I'm going to score her in the middle here. So what you see in the testing is that she really didn't want to slow down for me. And that, I would say, is true to her playful nature. When she's in play mode, she doesn't necessarily like to stop for a calm massage in the middle of it. That being said, after we've played, after we've eaten, and she is starting to calm down, when we're doing our evening puppy massages, nail trims have been no problem. Eye trims are no problem. She really enjoys that touch once she's calmed down. So what I envision for her when she's home and she's the only dog, or like one of 2 dogs, whatever, not like a litter of puppies, I envision her mellowing out with that, and there'll be more of those calm moments to focus on that handling exercises. So what I encourage for all puppies is make sure you're doing that daily handling, do that daily massaging, rubbing things in between her eyes. And then also I would encourage you to, in the middle of a play session, you're going to teach settle. So you're going to call her back, and even just for like 10 seconds, stroke her ears, settle, settle, and then you can release her and play again for a few more minutes, and then you can call her back for another quick settle, settle, with like gentle, deep, calming massage, and she will eventually learn that there is a time to play and there is a time to settle, and that's what you want to be. That's what you want to be teaching with a really playful puppy. Energy level. I gave her a high. This is more in the spectrum of the litter. Generally, for like breeds and dogs in the world, she would be considered medium, higher on the medium scale. A high energy dog really needs like a lot of mental stimulation, a lot of exercise. Honestly, as she matures, she's going to be a medium energy dog. At the moment, she is my high energy puppy within the litter. She's super playful, but like I said, she does definitely mellow out and enjoys chill time. So very similar to her mom. Sound and sight sensitivity. So we pop the umbrella to see if she kind of notices those sights. And then sound, we kind of shake the popper. So what we're looking for is not that they don't notice, but how do they recover? Do they kind of freak out and crumble in the corner, or did they check it out and they notice it and then they come check it out? Honestly, she didn't really even notice either. The umbrella, she didn't even notice. She noticed a little bit, and then she kind of like, came over and checked it out. And then sound sensitivity with the shaker, she really didn't notice that much. So she's right in the middle. We gave her a medium for that. And again, those are things that we can be building into. So just making sure that you're playing lots of sounds, and just by being part of a busy household, she'll take to that fine. Prey drive, she's in the middle. She is Juno's baby, so I expect that she's probably going to enjoy fetch. She enjoys chasing toys, and this is going to be really important if there's kids in the house, that the kids are carrying toys, so that she can chase the toy, not the kids. Same thing for standing tall like a tree, still like a statue. Weeks 9 to 12 are the worst. So if you need to, you can do a lot of your training over the sides of an exercise pen, and that can really help. So it does get better, I promise. But weeks 9 to 12 are rough with any puppy. It can be super nippy. Human focus, she definitely loves her people. She loves being around us. She definitely kept checking in during the temperament testing, you'll notice. So yeah, I do think she's going to be seeking out her people. She's going to be that follow you around the house kind of companion. Tender-hearted, so what you notice is I kind of like cry on the floor and throw a fit and see if she cares. And she definitely did. She was so worried for my feelings, and she came to check on me, and she didn't leave my side. So she's going to be the dog that notices when you're sad, notices when you're having a bad day, or when you're not feeling well. Dog friendliness, she didn't really notice my fake dog, which isn't a great gauge. She does like the dogs in the house, so I gave her a neutral. I think she'll do great whether it's a house with dogs or not. So yeah, that kind of wraps her up. If you have any questions, you can absolutely let me know.